What's up with it, man? It's BG, man. I'm here with
Jason, dating best kept secret.
man. Make sure y'all hit that subscribe button before you start this episode. And shout out to Moves Media Global, you know what I'm saying, for having us here, you feel what I'm saying? So make sure y'all subscribe to them, subscribe to me. Yeah, let's get into the episode.
I bet you doing your thing, doing some real shit, my nigga. When I first met you and I seen you was doing, you know what I'm saying, you doing your motherfucking thing. Yeah, you doing your thing.
Which one of y'all's king?
So, man, BG, man, I'm here with you.
Y'all know the one and only.
What's up with it, man? BG, man, I'm here with
Jason, dating best kept secret.
Alright, man, what's up with it, man? It's BG, man. Who I'm here with?
You already know, Jason, dating best kept secret.
Okay, so where was you born and raised at?
Dayton, Ohio.
Alright, what school you go to?
Shit, I went to Belhaven, then I went to Trotwood, Madison. I graduated from Trotwood.
Hey, I went to Belhaven too. That's crazy. I didn't even know that. What was your favorite memory in Dayton? And growing up?
Shit, probably just doing some shit with my mom or some shit like that.
Okay. So what's some so who are speaking of your mom? So who are some key figures in your life that had a major impact on you growing up?
Shit, definitely my mom. Shit, my dad too. Shit, my parents. That was about it. I came up doing shit on my own for real. So I was a daddy at 16. So I grew up kind of early.
Damn, your daddy at 16. So tell me, what's the trials and tribulations with that? For the kids that's watching right now, tell them what they expect if they end up down that road.
Shit, just gotta be. I ain't want no kids at the age, man. I was trying to get my baby mama to have an abortion and shit, but my mom ended up getting her to keep my daughter, you feel me? So that was a blessing, but I was kind of off track. And shit is, like I got caught up with some counterfeit money and shit right before my daughter was born and shit. I was working at McDonald's and got caught up in some shit, so I was going down the wrong path. So when I had my daughter and shit, it kind of helped me get a little bit better on track. So all I can tell people, if you get a girl pregnant at the early age, or you gonna have a baby at the early age, don't feel like life over. It's just the beginning, you feel me? Sometimes that shit turn out better than you think it would.
Okay, so what jobs you had like growing up?
McDonald's, Domino's, Pizza Hut, Bob Evans. I worked at a temp service at Waste Management, and I worked at Enterprise. That was my last job and shit. That was a minute ago.
Okay. So what music you grew up listening to?
Like Tupac, Bone Thugs and Harmony, Twister, Pastor Troy, Project Pat. A lot of the people that was my favorite rappers, I ended up doing songs with them. It was just, but them was pretty much the main ones. Tupac was like my favorite rapper though. Snoop Dogg, shit like that.
Okay, so what inspired you to start doing music, and who encouraged you to start doing it?
Man, I started doing music because shit, I like Bone Thugs and Harmony. I was already on it, but Bone made me really want to do music. And they made me want to grow my hair out. And I was rapping fast and shit like that. So that all came from that influence from Bone. Then I knew they was from Ohio. So that influenced me. That was my biggest influence. I ain't gonna lie. That was my biggest influence that made me really want to get out here and do this music shit.
Okay, so in the beginning, what trials and tribulations did you face as an up-and-coming rapper in Dayton?
Shit. All of them. Shit, they weren't playing my music. They weren't showing no love in the clubs. And all the shows I used to do, they used to put me on last at all the shows. And I used to just be discouraged with all that shit. That's why I ain't even had no rap name at first. I was just going by Jason, but then I ended up adding on to Dayton's Best Kept Secret because I felt like niggas were trying to keep me a secret. So I was going through everything to where I ain't had no support. And I literally just came from no support to getting everybody that fuck with me. So it took a long time.
So this is a question I normally don't ask, but what was the year and what was it like in your first time in the studio, and who was the engineer that recorded you?
You said the first time I ever recorded?
Yeah, what was it like recording? First time you ever recorded, and who recorded you?
Shit, I don't remember what it was like, but I know them. I think one of the first songs I did was with this nigga KD Dollar. He from the city. I did it. He was the engineer. Shit, I was just glad to get my voice on something recorded and shit. So it was just the beginning of this shit.
Okay. So, in the year you in now, what can you say? What it's like? What can you say like the experience of being a dating rapper like so far? Like, cause where you at right now in your career? You further than others. So, what's your advice to like the rappers that's up and coming and don't got no hope for themselves?
Shit, main thing, just keep pushing. Don't worry about what nobody else saying. Cause shit, I came up with no support. Wasn't nobody playing under my music. Wasn't nobody support me. I felt like people weren't listening to me. But the thing that I had above other people is I was grinding my shit. I get CDs and I get 1,000 of them at least. And I sell all these CDs when other niggas was only getting like 25, 30 CDs, 100 CDs, and then they wasn't even selling them. So they might have a bigger fan base, but I'll be out here really selling my CDs, building a fan base hand to hand and shit. So I just had to keep pushing. People was making fun of me at first when I was doing that. So you really just can't care what other people saying and shit. So that's the main thing. You gotta have tough skin with this shit if you wanna do the music. And you gotta be ready for nobody to fuck with your shit. Ready to do shows and it's only 1 or 2, 3 people in there. You still gotta perform like it's a packed house. You feel me? So a lot of people can't handle that type of shit.
Okay. So you rapping. What made you want to say fuck it? Let me go ahead and start making these films.
All that shit really go hand in hand. That's why like people don't know. Like I was already doing the movies. Like I was doing the movies probably like the same time I was doing the music. Like I did all my music videos had like storylines. You can look up my music videos. Now I got a song called No Sunshine. It's different shit. I had a song with Busy Bone. I was doing a short film with him. That was in like 2011, but that ain't never come out. So I was doing a lot of different projects and movies before I even got my hustle up, but they just weren't coming out. And I was already on the music shit. Like I said, I was doing a short film with Busy Bone. That was like for one of my songs I did with him. And shit, but my engineer, Mo Beats, died. So once Mo Beats died, that's when I really just said fuck it and got on the movie shit. But in 2011, I shot my own movie on Windows Movie Maker. I shot it, directed it, edited it, starred in it. I did all that shit myself. So I had been on the movie shit since like 2010, 2011. But I ain't dropped my first real movie to 2018. So it was just really just started off as a joke, just playing around. And I realized I had a real passion for that shit. But with the music and all that shit, that's the biggest misconception about me. People think I stopped rapping and started doing movies. When I started doing movies so people could hear my music because I knew people was on some dumb shit and they weren't trying to listen to my shit like that. So I put all my music in the movies. So I never stopped rapping.
Okay, so who was what was the hardest challenge that you faced while working on the project?
You talking about on music or like movies?
Yeah, movies.
Movies. Shit, you said the hardest what?
The hardest challenge, like I know when I work with you, you always be paying attention to the daylight because we need the daylight for certain scenes, and sometimes we have to reschedule for a different day and stuff like that. So, what's like the biggest challenge you had when you were working?
I mean, yeah, like that's the thing. Like that's like now since I've been doing it for a while, that'd be the main thing. I'd be racing against the daylight. But like as far as just starting off, when I first started off, it was just even like now, shit always working against me and shit. So I just gotta plan ahead and plan for the fuck ups and shit. You feel me? That's what I done learned how to do. I gotta tell people my very first movie scene that I ever was doing was with Michael Blackson for Got My Hustle Up. And that very first day of filming, I picked up Michael Blackson manager and my tire blew out. And I put on the spare, started driving, headed to Michael Blackson. My tire blew out again. And I had to leave my car and shit and we had to call an Uber. You know what I'm saying? So this was in 2016. This was my very first movie scene. If I wouldn't have made it, if I would have stopped when that first tire blew or stopped when that second tire blew, I wouldn't have got that very first scene for Got My Hustle Up. So you never would have know that movie wouldn't have came out, and I wouldn't have never did movies and got to the point where I'm at. So it was me just being willing to keep pushing and leave my car and just keep going. And from there, I can name 1,000 different things that done happen every time I film, you feel me? To where when I was doing my movie Up in the Club, I got a call from my mom telling me I need to come to the hospital. I had to leave there and go put my mom on the ventilator, and that was very literally the last time I ever spoke to my mom in life before she died. So you feel me? That was literally in the middle of filming. I ain't spent the last day of my mom's life. She wanted me to film my movie. I had my film crew from Detroit here, all type of actors in town, and I literally had to leave during the last scenes of the movie. I ain't even get to, I still ain't even seen the ending to even know how the movie ended because I had to leave to go put my mom on the ventilator. So it's just shit like that, man. Like my passion for this shit deeper than a lot of people because I done been through some shit with this shit.
So how you dealing with that, like with losing your mom? Because that's like people don't really talk about that much. So how you dealing with that mentally?
Shit, the best way I can, just trying to stay busy, keep working. It's actually gonna be the 3-year anniversary of her death in like 10 days and shit. So it's just shit. I motherfucking gotta just stay positive and stay, man, motivated. That's the best I can do for real.
Okay. So I remember when me and you was working, and I seen how you like to challenge your actors. Mm-hmm. What's some? You don't gotta say any names, but what's some of the funniest moments you had working on set with the actors?
Funniest moments I say, again, like when I was working on Got My Hustle Up, I had my cousin Oak. He was on set and he had his little monkey on set, and the monkey was we had ordered some White Castle burgers. I had my nigga Jamal Woolard, who played Biggie, down here, and we ordered some White Castle burgers. He wanted some White Castle, and we ordered like 100 burgers, and the monkey jumped in there and started eating the burgers and was throwing the burgers and shit like that. So that was some funny shit that I ain't never forgot, for real.
Speaking of animals, what made you get that goat?
And I had the same thing for a movie role. I had casted him for a movie. Yeah. But yeah, it's just funny with the goat. It just show how everything meant to be. I had a guy, I ain't even gonna really even, I don't even remember what his name is, but I ain't really even, if I did, I wouldn't even say it because it kind of irritated. But I had somebody who had a goat, and I was gonna work with him. He was sending me videos all the time of him and with this goat. And then he said his goat had died. So I'm like, damn, I was trying to figure out how to cast him for this movie because he kept sending me little funny videos with him and his goat. And when it got time to film, he like, man, my goat passed away. I'm like, damn, I gotta get you another goat. So I finally got a movie role for you. And I was gonna put him in my Wash movie. And I ended up getting the goat, and I sent him this couple scenes and shit. And I told him the name or whatever. He act like he ain't like the name of his character or something like that. Just some dumb stuff. To where I ain't even end up putting him in the movie, and I ended up getting the goat, and I kept the goat. But I originally got the goat, I was gonna give it to him. So it just was some shit how it worked out. It was all meant to be to where I end up now. I got me a pet goat.
So speaking of your movie to watch, how did you bring the city together for that?
Shit. I just hit everybody up, man. I just do that shit, man. I hit everybody up. I've been doing this for a while, and then like I always tell people, man, my nigga WAP, RIP my nigga WAP, he used to tell me, man, I gotta use my power. And once I realized how to use my power for something good, I know how to bring a lot of people together. So I just pride myself in being able to bring a large group of people together. And I was able to get my people at the Gettysburg car wash to let me film there, and some of my other people let me film at the car wash on Riverview. So I just put together a couple nice days of filming, man, with a lot of people, man. So, shit, it was definitely a blessing.
Okay. So, for the future filmmakers that's gonna be watching this, tell them what does it take to make a good film?
Make a good film, just getting your storyline all the way together and shit. You feel me? Getting that shit all the way mapped out. How you gonna start it, you know what I'm saying, the middle, the ending and shit like that. That's the main thing. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes the cameras and all that shit ain't all the way how a nigga need it, but that's why I'm saying I don't work in a situation where we ain't got the best cameras, and I don't work in situations where I got some of the best cameras. So either way, I know how to work. Either way, the main thing is always having a good storyline. Shit. But even if you got a good storyline, you gotta know how to have your people execute, how to motherfucker make people bring that shit to life to where that shit ain't corny. You feel me? So that's a gift that I got. A lot of people can't do that. They might got the cameras, they might got the actors, they might got the money, but they don't got the flavor. They ain't got the shit that I got. You feel me? So just gotta have certain elements to it. You feel me?
Okay. So, what was it like making your cartoon, and who was the person that animated it?
Yeah, the cartoon shit. That was my dude Juan Adams Club. He the one did the animation. I did most of the voices. When I first started, I was only doing the first episode, and I did most of the voices other than my dude Spence. I had him do some voices for me, but shit, I was doing all the voices at first, and then I just said I'm gonna add some shit to it and hit up Michael Blackson and Faison and Busy Bone and got them in the first episode. Then once I got the first episode done, I'm like, man, I need to just make it a series and shit. So I took another year and just worked on the next 3 episodes and got it together for real. But probably like 50% of the voices I did of my own. So it was a process and shit. It took us like over a year or 2 to do that shit. But we got it done. Season 2 about to be on the way.
Oh, see, you just answered my next question. Oh yeah, that's hard. That's hard.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. So how many projects you got pending so far? Cause you work 24/7.
Yeah, I got 5 out, 5 on the way. So I got 10 of my own and shit that I done wrote, acted in, directed, starred in, all that shit like that. Then I got 9 other people's movies that I done been in. Well, really 10 other people's movies I done been in. And like 4 of them out, 6 on the way. So that's like 20 movies I'm a part of and shit already if I stop today.
Okay. So with your show Fit Now, I ain't want to start off with this, and for the ones that didn't know, I'm an actor in it. You feel me? My boy Jason didn't cast me in it. I wanted to ask you, what made you want to cast me?
Shit. Man, like, shit, I was really like with Fit Now, like people don't know, like I started working on Fit Now in 2018. So I had already been working on Fit Now. You feel me? I started working on Fit Now before Got My Hustle Up even came out. So I was already working on Fit Now and shit, you feel me? 2018. So you was still young back then. So like I said, 2019 we filmed the scene. 2020 we filmed the scene. Then we stopped working on it till 2023. And when I got back to working on it, shit, I was trying to add some different people to it and shit. I just knew you always was like a lot of people was always asking to be in shit and different things like that. And it was to the point where shit, I just knew I needed to add some right pieces to the puzzle. And I be like a lot of the last cast that I added, it was just organic. Like at the time I was just trying to figure out who I was gonna add. I don't even know what happened, but I always fuck with you. I know you was there when you was young, so I just knew like shit, I'm gonna add these different characters into the storyline and shit. I'm like shit, I'm about to make this little nigga my brother, you feel me? So it was just some shit like that to where shit, I just knew you was genuine and I fuck with you feel me? I don't fuck with too many people, so it was just on some shit, especially making my brother, like, so that's what I'm saying. It was just some shit like that. Like I just see something in it.
Like real shit, man, because that opportunity, I made sure I took advantage of that opportunity as much as possible because that don't happen too often. You feel me? And it's like it took a lot to get to put that whole project together. And I went from me to you. I was going to tell you I appreciate you for having me on that motherfucker. Like that's real shit. Like that you gave me my stepping stone in my career. Like I really appreciate that.
Nah, yeah, for sure. Yeah. I seen something in you. I already knew, like, and you had already interviewed me and did little shit, so I already had knew shit. And like I said, I've been knowing you, so I just, shit, I like to remind me myself, you just be grinding, so shit. That's what come with that shit. I know how that shit be, to be grinding and trying to get people to work with you and shit. And I know I done got to where people look at me like I'm somebody special to work with, so I'm like, man, I'm gonna show that love to the people who I know been fucking with me, you feel me? So
Oh yeah,
some
I
shit like
appreciate
that.
it because this. Oh yeah, by the way, this season 2. He already came through for season 1. We had to bring him back for season 2 because you got more continuing doing more great things in the city, making sure dating look good to the outside audience. You know what I'm saying? So before we go to a break, what's your advice to some of the dating entrepreneurs?
Main thing, just don't overthink shit, man. If you got an idea, you got something that you're trying to do, you got to get started on and try to execute that shit, man. A lot of people be talking and wasting time and making up excuses and shit instead of putting their foot forward to make something happen. All the shit that I'm doing, I ain't doing this shit with no big budget, no lot of money. I ain't go to school for this shit. I just be me. And you know what I'm saying? Shit, I believe in myself. And that's how I was able to do this shit. So I be wanting people to know that, like, man, like, shit, you can do anything you put your mind to. This ain't no this ain't no fairy tale. No, didn't nobody help me get to this point. Like, nigga, I did this shit on my own. With believing in myself. Like, a lot of obstacles and shit could have been made me stop, from losing my mom to having surgery on my neck to other trials and tribulations I'm still going through at this very moment, but I still keep pushing. So main thing, don't feel sorry for yourself. Don't make no excuses, man. Just get out here and make shit happen.
All right, y'all. We'll be right back. Make sure y'all hit that subscribe button while y'all at it, man. No risk, no reward.
Yeah. No risk, no reward. If you wanna win, nigga, gotta hustle hard. Yeah. No risk, no reward. Forgive me for my sins. Smoke my weed and talk to God. Yeah. No risk, no reward. If you wanna win, nigga, gotta hustle hard. Yeah. No risk, no reward. Forgive me for my sins. Smoke my weed and talk to God. Yeah. Back against the wall. All I'm betting on is me. They love to see you fall. Hate to see me on my feet. I was in these streets selling nicks, was really trying to eat. Bitches used to play me like a lame, didn't even want to speak. Still I kept on going hard, put my city on my back. Selling music for $1, damn a nigga had to stack. Matter of fact, had to stay consistent, yeah, that's the word. Had to hit the highway solo, just trying to make it work. Remember sleeping in my car, didn't nobody give a fuck. I was out here on my own, had to get my hustle up. Had to get my muscle up, cause I was out here weak as fuck. Forgive me for that bullshit that I did, I had to run it up. No risk, no reward. If you wanna win, nigga, gotta hustle hard. Yeah. No risk, no reward. Forgive me for my sins, smoke my weed and talk to God. Yeah. No risk, no reward. If you wanna win, nigga, gotta hustle hard. Yeah. No risk, no reward. Forgive me for my sins, smoke my weed and talk to God.
What's up with it, man? We back with it. So now that we got all the insights out the way, I wanted to ask you, what was it like working with King Von? Like, take me through that day.
That shit was cool, man. It's people, 100K track flew me out there to Chicago. I was out there sightseeing and shit most of the day, and they ain't hit me up till late that night. I ended up going, they sent me the address and shit. I ended up going to O Block on the late night, pulled up, fucking with King Von and his people. And shit, it was a good experience. Like I said, the first night, shit, I ain't know nobody, so I ain't had no weed or nothing like that and shit. So I was just chilling. That was my first time being in O Block, so I ain't know what to expect. But I was cool going live and kicking and politicking. Then I ended up going to the studio with them niggas that night. Shit, I was only supposed to be there one day. His manager asked me, like, did I want to stay again? I'm like, shit, I'm going to stay again. So I stayed another night, and that night, by that time, I done got me some weed and shit. I bought me some weed that night when I was in O Block with some of them niggas and shit. So once I got my weed, I was good, you feel me? Shit, I stayed and came back the next day, and they shot the video called Gleesh Place, and I was there on set when they shot that video. I even got a little cameo, quick little shot in there. I was just there chilling. The police came and shut it down. And shit, it was a good experience. Them nigga 100K track left me in the back of O Block and shit by myself, so I had to make it back to my car and shit. So that was the adventurous part of it and shit. Once I realized that I was out there by myself, so other than that, it was
When you
good.
told me that adventure and trying to make it back to your car from Oak. As you was telling me, I was picturing like an animated skit type of shit. Like that sounded like some cartoon type shit. Like that was funny as hell. But what motivated you to start working out of town?
Shit, I was always getting up out this motherfucker. Cause like I said, with the music, people wasn't supporting me and shit. So it was just shit. I had to go hit the road. And I started going to different cities. I was mainly going to Atlanta and different big events out there. So when I dropped the movies and shit, I had to apply that same hustle to this movie shit. I did a movie in Detroit with my nigga BZ called Her Husband's Enemy. And I seen how people reacted to that. So once I did that, I just started going crazy, acting in other people's movies. Now I done did movies in Detroit, Atlanta, LA, Memphis, Chicago, Cincinnati, that shit, a lot of different places and shit. And this has been all within a year time frame. So shit, just getting started for real.
So I did my research on you and I see you got some scenes with Iceberg Benzo. So tell me what that was like working with him.
Yeah, that's for this new series I'm in called Scripts. That's again with my guy BZ Jones out of Detroit. He cast me for that. And that just, even like with that just come from believing in myself. He actually casted me and I had a scene where I was only gonna do one line. I was coming to play like a guy that was held hostage or some shit like that. And it was like a group of people, like 5-6 people gonna be in the room. And like I had like each person who was in the scene had like one line. So he told me, dude, I'm like, shit, I'll do it. I got me a rental and I drove all the way to Detroit by myself just to do one line. And when I got there, he was like, shit, man, some shit happened and we got this other road that might be available and shit. If you can stay 2 or 3 days and shit. I'm like, shit, nigga, I'll stay. And he gave me the lines and shit. And I learned them right there on the spot and filmed my shit. You feel me? So that just came from me. A lot of people ain't gonna get no rental. Like, that's why I even like with the shit I'm doing, like, not to get off topic, but like people be like, man, Jason ain't paying people to be in his movies and shit. Everything I'm doing, got people doing, I'm doing myself. I'm giving people in my city opportunities. I'm really putting in, not saying that thing, I'm giving people opportunities like you wanted to be in my shit, I put you in it because I've seen something in you. I'm putting money in this shit where I'm getting rentals, hotel room, whatever, getting on the road, driving to these different cities to be in their movies for free, just to add value to the shit that I'm putting y'all in. So these movies that I got my city in will be bigger because I done added value to my face. So all the shit that I'm doing ain't nothing that I ain't doing myself, to where I done got killed in different movies and shit. So niggas be like, I don't want to die in your movie. Nigga, I done died. That's just some shit that you got to do. So everything that I got niggas doing is not nothing that I ain't did myself times 10. Because I'm going hard for this shit and I believe in this shit. And a lot of people don't want to put their own money in this shit. A lot of people don't want to, like I said, I drove to Memphis. Drove all the way 8.5 hours to be in my nigga Krim's movie and shit. You feel me? So like I said, shit, niggas ain't gonna do that shit. And I did that shit 9 different times. And then on the 10th one, my people booked me to come to LA. So it's like, you gotta put that work in, man. The shit ain't gonna happen overnight.
Hell yeah. So people always ask me, how do you just be bumping in and working with so many famous people? Like, I've seen it, but I already know what you're about to say. But I want to hear it from you. How do you go about like working with so many famous people and bumping into them and shit like that?
Shit, like a lot of that shit, I be hitting them niggas up and shit. I inbox them and shit. Then, like I said, it come from being out of town, networking and shit. Like, I was doing that shit so much, going to Atlanta, meeting different people with my music, having them hold CDs and shit like that, and go back to that, to where I tell people, like, people used to crack on me, make jokes about the shit. Like, no, nothing I ever did was good enough in the city. Like, motherfuckers always used to make jokes. When I used to post pictures of shit, people was acting like I was just like some groupie or something. Like, I just be out of town meeting people and just asking them to take pictures with me. And, you know what I'm saying? I had to just say fuck what they were saying, but I was, in my mind, I'm like, damn, I'm gonna get these niggas to take a picture. I'm gonna get these niggas to give me a shout out. I'm gonna get these niggas contact information. I'm gonna get this, I'm gonna get that. I'm gonna work these niggas every time I meet somebody, you feel me? So I was doing that shit years, 10, 15 years plus, to where shit with the movies is the same thing. Like shit, I had the formula where I hit up Jamal Willard, and even like Got My Hustle Up, that just came from the same thing. I was trying to get people in the city to be in my movie, and then nobody want to be in it. So I had to reach out to some of these famous people because I couldn't get nobody to be in it. Once I got these famous people in, they seen them fucking with me, then everybody wanted to be in the shit. So it was just shit like that to where shit. Then once I seen that formula work, I just kept on applying it, going out of town, hitting up different people. But like I might motherfucking be up all night and I might inbox 30 people and I might only one person hit me back. But shit, I just used a certain method with shit.
Okay. So before we wrap it up, I just wanted to ask, who are some special people, like you want to shout out to?
Man, I'm gonna shout out my mama, man. R.I.P. my mama. Coming up on 3 years, my mama been gone, so that's the main person I want to shout out, man. Shout out my kids.
Okay, so before we got tell them where to find you at and tell them where to find your family.
You already know, on Facebook, you find me, Jason Hampton. I got another page, Jason DBKS. Instagram, Jason DBKS. YouTube, Jason DBKS Films. Snapchat, Jason DBKS, but I don't be on there like that. All my movies on Tubi. Go watch them on Tubi, Down to $1, Fitnall, PUA, F Child Support, Got My Hustle Up. All that shit on Tubi. Go run the numbers up, go watch that shit right now. Some of them on Amazon Prime. My website, gotmyhustlup.com. Be back up and running in 2 weeks. I'm gonna be launching on Halloween. Stay tuned for that. Shit. It is what it is, nigga. Stay tuned.
Yeah. Make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe. Y'all follow him. His Instagram will be in the description. Yeah, man. That's it for this episode. Thank y'all for tapping in. Thank you for coming through, Jason. I know you been busy, man. Yeah, we up out of here.
Yeah, you already know what it is.
Alright, man. Thank y'all for watching the episode. Make sure y'all follow Jason. Tell me on Instagram.
Jason DBKS and Facebook, Jason Hampton.
And you can follow my personal page at BgLaFlair and my business page at BgMadeIt, my podcast page, Mr.DoItAll. And hit that subscribe button on YouTube. Make sure y'all follow Moves Global. You feel me? They Instagram will be right here. Yeah. Right here. Yeah. So yeah, make sure you hit that subscribe button, man. We out.